Welcome back to another episode of the Holistic Cannabis Show. Your host is Dr. Yolanda Henderson, and as always, joined by my wonderful co-host,
Ken Henderson.
All right, Mr. Henderson, we are excited to be back for another week. We know we missed you all last Sunday, so if we missed you and you missed the show, we're sorry, but we're here with some exciting news about COVID, the communities, and cannabis. All right, so kick back and you know what to do. Relax. Please hit the share button, like and share. Please and thank you. We also got some wonderful prizes if we see that you are sharing here on our platform. So Mr. Henderson is going to give you all the outlets on how to watch and how to share the show.
Statusnetwork.net. Pull that up on your browser. You know, look for Manifest TV, Holistic Cannabis Show.
Yep.
We're on Facebook and Instagram. Manifest_network. We on Roku. You can look us up on Roku. Or you could also call in to the show. The show.
You remember the number.
Is the show. All right. Well, check this out though, because I ain't gonna waste nobody's time. Today is real important.
It is.
We got some people that's gonna drop some information and some knowledge on y'all, man, to show y'all where it's at and how to get it.
There you go.
Just like we always do at this time.
That's right. All right, so we have a special guest today. We want to have everyone to join in in welcoming our wonderful, wonderful guests all the way from the D-Town and a wonderful community advocate in the community and just doing everything that we're supposed to do in the community. That's join forces, that's help collectively everyone, gain momentum and build relationships with each other as far as the youth and the community is concerned. So we have today with us Mr. Terrence Dunbar Bay. All right, so just please welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for what you're doing with your nonprofit as well. So thank you for having me on my show, and I'm looking forward to talking to you guys and trying to get some insight about what I know about being a community project developer, as well as my experiences working in the community. So thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Now, I have so much to say about you. There's too many things to say about what you're doing in the communities and basically all of what you do. So you are NFL alumni ambassador, community project developer, a nonprofit business consultant, project money lender, motivational speaker, TCU alumni, and former Atlanta Falcon. Wonderful.
I work for everything on your paperwork, so thank you for that long introduction, but thank you again. Yes, that is me.
Yes, sir. All right, so tell us what your nonprofit is and what you're doing right now.
Well, my nonprofit is CCWA. We're now changing communities with our athletes. We currently are working with over 30 nonprofits, over 10 law enforcement agencies, about 5 to 10 major school districts, and we are now using the opportunity to take sports and introducing philanthropy. And then from our philanthropy efforts, we're diving right into our workforce development piece, and then our community engagement. So we're currently partnering and working on projects that we can provide real resources to our community. On our last project, we're taking a group to the Super Bowl. We actually have a game today. We're at pretty much every city across America, and we're actually training and working our butts off to raise money to continue our mission of putting over 50,000 young student athletes into 4 different sports. So I want to say thank you to my team and to my business partners, as well as my sponsors. Without them, this would only be a vision. So thank them for allowing for us to put this to action.
Wonderful. Awesome. This is wonderful and powerful to us because we are the Gift of Life Community Home. It's our nonprofit, and collectively working with this market and this industry, it's been life changing. It's been, a little bit of a boost to our self esteem. Working with the nonprofit and getting fundraising. We did not know that there was opportunity for nonprofits to work in the stadiums and receive funding for being able to assist and for the nonprofit community and actually helping youth. Mr. Henderson, what you think?
Right on, right on. I think you're doing real good by doing the good stuff in the community and doing the good work, man. That's good, You very rarely see, a black male that's really trying to get it, you know what I'm saying, and show other people how to get it. So that's, that's a real good thing to be associated with. But as far as the sports part of what you do, with your nonprofit, how or what ideal target group would be a good candidate for what y'all do? Any sports?
Well, we have we designed a custom toolkit. We feel like we know the relationships that sports have when it comes to the self-discipline and when it comes to the teamwork. So my current program and my current sponsors are looking to provide funding for over 62 different sports. Plus, we can't forget about the importance of dance, band, and cheer.
Okay.
So we're providing scholarships for over 62 different sports between the ages of 4 to 18. We have a couple of qualification answers, but it's simple. And then the sports, it's anything that you can name of. So it's over 62 different sports that we have scholarships for, plus band, dance, and cheer. So that will be the first piece. The scholarships range from anywhere from $25 to $140 per sport. And we just want to be able to now, introduce sports to those who've been left behind because of not being able to pay the registration fee. So I think that's the first piece.
Right.
Then the second piece, when it comes to the nonprofits, I believe that every student athlete, now that we can understand the proper way of owning your name, likeness, and images, that each student athlete should have their own nonprofit. And so that's when the partnership where we're now reaching out to nonprofits that can embrace these young student athletes and giving them opportunity to get direct mentorship and understand how to properly start their nonprofit or be active in their community. And so when it comes to sports and philanthropy, hand in hand. So we don't want to turn any kids away from playing sports. Right. And we also want to identify and show all of the 28 different categories of nonprofit development. And once we start with that piece, our third piece is definitely creating jobs and opportunities and certifications so our community can get higher wages or even start their own business where they can learn how to literally, start their own foundation and start their own charitable giving. So that's the passion. We take sports, we mix sports with philanthropy. Then from the philanthropy piece, we understand that we have an opportunity to create workforce development training, on-the-job training, and then we can provide the certifications and the credentials that our young student athletes or dislocated workers need to further their ambition of being entrepreneurs.
Right on,
awesome.
Right on.
All right, what ages now? We want to make sure we got the correct ages so we can get our young people connected.
Well, we say at the age of 4. 4 and up. When it comes to young adults, you can have a 45-year-old person, but they have a 12-year-old mindset.
Right.
And so how can we now embrace our community? So we definitely want everybody to have an opportunity to learn about collaborating and being a part of our network. I think it's time now for change. We've done a fabulous job of putting the word that we need social justice. We know we need economic development. But now my program says, now what's next? So let's provide these resources in a toolkit so you can know exactly what you need to be doing next. So thank you for what you're doing with this collaboration. You can go to leb360.org and you can just register. Everybody, we got to make the game of life a sport. We got to understand the different situations you're in when it comes to being an offensive-minded person, a defensive-minded person. Now let's be special teams. Let's show that we understand how to develop our own skills and drills, so we can stop asking or stop being labeled as people that need a handout. No, we need a hand up, and we're now able to get the certifications to go back and to embrace back into our communities by starting through sports. And so there's no age requirement. I just say that your conscience, and you're come there with your mind on right, because now we finally have an opportunity on a national level to put Alarm Life on our communities, and as well as the nonprofit work that we're doing. And now we also have the funding. So we can say at our age, 2022, that we've identified the funding, we've identified the programs, and now we have the proper leadership to move our culture to creating our own nationality and our own brand.
Right on, right on. Speaking of special teams, man, did you see that trash on TV last night?
Yes, special teams important,
That was bad, man.
And I think it says enough. I always talk about special teams counts. I should have branded that, but we need special teams. Everybody wants to be offensive minded, or we are defensive minded, but who's going to be that change of possession? I was drafted because I know I want the crowd or the opposition to feel like they scored a touchdown. If I can touch it one more time, I'm going to run and jump into the crowd, and I'm going to throw the ball at the highest peak. You don't have to worry about me kneeling, because I'm going to keep running all the way to the tunnel.
What's your favorite team?
What's your favorite team?
What's your favorite team? Is it the Falcons or the Cowboys?
Well, once you become drafted, you're in that limelight. You don't really have a special team. You just have you identify players. But my favorite team are people who want to do right, that can use their vision and their actions as well. Life. I would say the Cowboys, man, but they're gonna lose.
Man, don't say the Cowboys, man. I can't hear you. I'm getting a bad connection. I'm getting a bad connection. You said Cowboys, I'm getting a bad connection. Oh, man, my phone going out.
Yeah. And I would say the Falcons, because they gave me an opportunity. But I like to be around women, and so you guys are my favorite team.
All right.
You got me.
All right.
The ones that are really, really in the limelight and really trying to be out there. I was on the phone with your wife the other day, and she had about 6 or 8 people that were seniors, and so that's special to me. I would go to bat for that before I would pick up another football.
That's what's up.
Kind of makes sense.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's awesome.
What's up.
Yeah.
All right.
The team really, they really admire what we're doing in the community, so they put their hardest work in, aren't they all? I call them our golden girls. And they're watching the show today, so I just wanted to shout them out as well to our team of volunteers that they come through for us. They show up.
That's right.
So we thank them for that. All right.
Yeah, and it's time for us to bring light. I think on a national level, when it comes to our student athletes or our professional athletes, over 80% of those individuals that are in those stadiums are nonprofits, and it's and I think it's time for us to shine the light. But without those individuals that get up and be there 6 or 7 hours early, without pay, that's doing over 90% of the workload, I think it's time for us on a national stage to bring attention to that and provide the certifications and resources that they can also survive. It's time for us to, it's a revenue gap. A lot of people that run these facilities, we need to have a real partnership. And I think it's time for us to now, as professional athletes, to say, hey, let's get out of these stadiums and let's go into these stands and realize that every person in these stadiums and stands, if we can just talk to them in partnership with them, they can get an extra fund. So I think that's what my mission will be, supporting the volunteers that make this thing work. So appreciate all the volunteers across America.
Yes.
I appreciate you. I'm fighting for you.
Yes,
right
sir.
On. All right, man. Well, we'll get a chance to chop it up another time, man. Look like we're about to be out of time on this clip here. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to get on with the man, and let you get it.
One more question. We're talking about the Pro Bowl and Super Bowl coming up. So now that we know the Green Bay Packers are not going to be there, we're just excited to be able to come out, and all thanks to you. So we just wanted to shout out for the Pro Bowl and the Super Bowl. Hopefully everything goes well, right?
Yeah, we got to be careful. They're making a lot of changes because of COVID. Just for our safety. And I just want to say those that are interested in going, and we appreciate your work. Just keep pushing, and we'll make the best of this year. And then, yes, we would love to have an opportunity to represent the Pro Bowl and Super Bowl. But again, we want to talk about the safety and the importance of our people. we don't want to go into a situation that we're not aware of and be around that many situations or many people, and we bring something home to our families. So we're definitely going to make professional decisions about these events. But yes, I'm excited about the Pro Bowl and Super Bowl, and we're trying to be 300 deep. So thank you guys. Keep pushing away and give these scholarships away so that we can definitely have the opportunity to go.
That's right. The scholarships can be found
And if
on
you're
our website.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but if you're listening, we still have scholarships. Please go to this website that she's about to give you. The time is ticking. First come, first serve. If you know a student athlete or anybody who wants to be involved in sports, please hit our website up, hit this link up so that we can provide financial assistance ASAP.
ASAP.
Okay?
All right, y'all heard it here. All right, well, thank you again, Mr. Terrence Dunbar Bay. We appreciate you for coming on the show today. You have a great rest of the day, and we will see you soon, hopefully in Vegas. All right, talk to you later.
Yes, ma'am. Peace and love. Thank you, guys.
All right, peace. All right. So y'all heard it here, Mr. Terrence Dunbar Bay with the NFL and the former Atlanta Falcon football player. So you guys saw us live. All right, so we have a lot going on in the community, especially with education and finding out how to get educated on the cannabis and things that are going on, the job training. I know Mr. Dunbar talked about the job training that's needed throughout the America and throughout the people, but now we're looking at an extra industry that just got aligned and we're moving in, and so there's community colleges popping up everywhere with the education just like we have, you guys. So we're excited about getting the education out here in Atlanta, Georgia, and around Georgia. So if you're interested, please feel free to contact us. You have our number is 404-631-6360, and again, for those forms and those scholarships for those youth, we do have the scholarships that will be fundraising for us to be able to help in the community, and that's to go to our Facebook page, and you will be able to get the link right there on the Facebook page under Mr. Terrence Dunbar's photos or flyers, which will mention how to sign up for those youth scholarships. All right, so thank you for that, and we have a quick video we want you all to watch in regards to cannabis and education, and coming up now.
A demand in the cannabis workforce is leading some nearby colleges to offer new trainings in the industry. It only takes a matter of weeks to get your certification at a Kalamazoo-based school. News Channel 3's Jay Shatara is live from Kalamazoo to tell us the details of this new program and why it offers new opportunity in a growing field. Good morning, Jay.
Yeah, good morning, Hannah. Kalamazoo Valley Community College says right now there is a huge demand for cannabis workers as the industry grows, especially here in the state of Michigan. Now, KVCC says it will do its part in terms of community development and offering those programs and courses to help get more workers in the industry. Now, Craig Jabara is the VP of Strategic Business and Community Development at KVCC. He says the college talks with its business partners about what is needed in terms of workforce development. One of the biggest needs right now is workers in the growing cannabis field in Michigan. 3 types of trainings will be offered as part of the program: cultivation technician, provisioning center associate, and advanced manufacturing agent. Jabara says ultimately the goal is to provide something that will lead to students to getting a job in the workforce that they study for.
So from our standpoint, we really try to understand what the need and demand is in the area. And even though the existing companies right now do not have enough employees.
Now, Jabara says there are no prerequisites. Anyone can take the program, and they're about 8 weeks each, all $900 each, and it's all online, and you get 2 certificates, one from KVCC and one from a California-based company, Greenflower, who is partnering in terms of education with the community college. Live in Kalamazoo, Jay Shatara, News Channel 3.
Stir. It's a new way to watch TV for...
All right, so you all heard it here. All right, community colleges are popping up everywhere doing training for cannabis. So you guys know what we're doing. Y'all know what we're about and how we need to be a part of this. So We are working with Georgia in order to be able to provide job training assistance, be able to provide the jobs, and we're excited to be able to share that information with you guys. So if you all are interested, again, classes have already started for the January 18th, January the 8th classes, but we also have classes where you can take over Zoom or watch a pre-recorded or recorded film on that. So Mr. Henderson does talk about the business and finance. I am your health and wellness instructor, so I'm talking about all the benefits of cannabis and what it's used for, how it performs apoptosis on cancer cells, and so many other things that you would not think that you would know. We are still hiring, so we do have a clip on that flyer. If you could post that about the cannabis school and the assistance that we're needing. All right. Oh. Yep. So these are the classes that that started already January the 8th, and we offer 30% off. We do offer the live training, so your program is online or remote if you need be. So while we're out or while you're out or you have to work, we can provide that training. There's a lot of students who cannot actually physically come to class, but we offer that training. Also, the new classes, we have 2 books now. So first we had the first book, now we have the second class that, of course, by me, I'm the author of the Medical Cannabis Health Coach Guidebook. And you can join that class after you take the first course. So it's the medical cannabis course for 5 weeks, and then there's 4 more weeks for the medical cannabis health coach. So please, please, please enroll in that class. Hey, if you don't know what you don't know, you can't say anything bad about it, right, Mr. Henderson?
Right. And you get a lot of good information.
And a lot of great information, a lot of great reviews from our students. And if your CBD shop is looking for a training, we do provide a group discount for the CBD shops who have, their employees who want to work and become cannapharmacologists. A cannapharmacologist is a fancy name for a dispensary technician, but who tells you all the health benefits of cannabis. And these are studied, trained information. So we don't give you nothing that's not been studied or resourced in the community, on the internet, in our research labs with our parent company, Pharmacology University, who does all the research out of the country, of course, because the research is not here in the United States yet. There has been talks of research about COVID, so I have some news and some information on that. So we're just going to get to that in a few minutes. All right, and again, if you're interested in joining the class, please give us a call. And the number to reach us is, again, 404-631-6360. All right? All right, and we have a short commercial break, and we're going to come back with the COVID and cannabis right after this.
Could Omicron get us out of the pandemic? That's what a lot of people are hoping for, based on the variant's transmissibility and often decreased severity. Health experts say COVID-19 is here to stay, though.
News Channel 3's Amira Austin joining us live after speaking to experts about what an endemic looks like and what living with the virus long-term means for you. Amira.
Good morning, Kirk and Laura. An endemic is when a disease occurs regularly in certain areas according to established patterns, while a pandemic refers to a global outbreak like COVID-19 that causes unpredictable waves of illness. While COVID-19 is still unpredictable, health leaders say it's not going anywhere.
Right now, the way that things are, not only in Michigan, but across the country, the idea of elimination or eradication of this virus anytime in the near future is not feasible. But that doesn't mean that we have to accept high levels of hospitalization, severe outcomes, and deaths.
Dr. Bagdasarian says living with the virus means learning to control the surges with mitigation measures. She believes eventually we'll see seasonal COVID-19 trends similar to the way the flu comes around every year. As the Omicron variant spreads rapidly, Bagdasarian says contact tracing for every case is not an effective tool, especially with at-home testing. She says health leaders are honing in on outbreaks and cases that may be linked to high-risk congregate settings. Health officials are encouraging everyone to keep using every line of defense to fight the virus, including testing, vaccination, and masking. Now, in this current surge, Dr. Bagdasarian says that the Omicron variant could peak statewide with COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations at the end of this month or early February. However, she says it could get worse before it gets better. Live in Kalamazoo, Amir Austin, Channel 3.
All right, so that's what the word is. You heard it, COVID and cannabis. All right, so also I have a couple of answers. A lot of people are wondering where is the cannabis is coming from when they're talking about the cannabis and helping with COVID. We want to talk about this article that we got off of Normal's website. It's called Cannabinoid Acids Exhibit Anti-COVID Activity in Preclinical Models. So in Coralville, Oregon, cannabigerol acid, or CBGA, all right, and cannabidiolic acid, or the CBDA, has exhibited anti-COVID activity in culture according to data published in the Journal of Natural Products. All right, so researchers with the University of Oregon reported that both cannabinoids inhibited the entry of SARS-CoV-2 into the human epithelial cells. All right, authors reported that the cannabinoids acid showed equal efficacy against multiple COVID variants. And both compounds are abundant organically in raw plant or raw hemp plants and in certain hemp extracts. All right, so if you don't know what an acid is a raw form of the cannabis plant. Anytime you have acid on an end of a cannabinoid, such as your THC-A or your CBD-A or your CBG-A, it means that it's in plant form. It means it's just harvested or it's harvested and it's packaged for flour only. So once it's decarbonated or heated, it then loses its acid bond and it becomes a regular THC-A or regular THC or CBD. All right, so I just wanted to square that away so that everybody knows that you don't smoke it to prevent cannabis. To prevent COVID, you got to take it, ingest it in the acid form, and that's what they're talking about when it's inhibiting the COVID SARS virus from entering those cells. So just to clear that up, and then it's talking about both compounds are abundant organically in raw hemp, so you're going to get those raw in the flower form. By contrast, activated compounds such as THC and CBD failed to show efficacy in the models. Authors concluded orally bioavailable with a long history of safe human use, those cannabinoids, isolated or in hemp extracts, have been potential to prevent as well as treat infection by SARS-CoV-2. Okay. So prior preclinical studies and reviews have similarly suggested that certain cannabis compounds could potentially modulate COVID infections. And also, however, to date, no human studies have substantiated the theory that cannabinoids can assist in either preventing COVID infections or in mitigating the symptoms of the virus. So clinical trial data published in November failed to demonstrate that the adjunctive use of CBD aid COVID patients in their recovery from the virus. An observational study published in October reported an associated between problematic cannabis use and increased risk of COVID breakthrough infections. So since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has sent numerous warnings letters to companies for misrepresenting their CBD products as a COVID treatment option for patients. And NORML has repeatedly cautioned consumers to beware of online misinformation surrounding the commercial marketing. All right, so the commercial marketing of either whole plant cannabis or CBD as potential remedies for the COVID-19 virus. Okay, so just be careful when you're telling people to, hey, go smoke some weed. You won't get COVID, because that's a lot of what's been going around on social media. So we are aware of that. We have been seeing that a lot lately. And just remember that in acid form, and you just need to be aware of how and where you get your plants. We do offer lab testing over at the Atlanta Academy in we're now in partnership with our nonprofit, the Gift of Life Community Home. So if you're interested in joining the classes, please come in as a member for the Gift of Life Community Home. That way you can take advantage of those discounts, and we can give you all the other perks and benefits, such as working with Mr. Henderson and getting your credit repaired and getting some financial literacy education, and then working with Mr. Dunbar and youth and athletics, being able to get your children scholarships to be able to perform in extracurricular activities so that they won't be getting into trouble or out here just can't afford whatever it is that they need for their sports. All right, so we have some more interesting things to talk about. Mr. Henderson is going to share some important topics on credit, and we'll talk about the strain of the day. All right, Mr. Henderson.
All right. First thing we're going to talk about, this segment is brought to you by NTH Credit. All right, www.nthcredit.net. All right, one of the questions I got was, how long does credit repair take? Well, sometimes it takes shorter times than others. It just depends on what's on the credit report and the items that you're trying to have removed. It depends on the age of the debt, but anywhere between 3 to 6 months.
Right.
And then you want to get into some reestablishment of the credit profile. It usually take about 3 or 4 months for that. So altogether, you're looking at it between the 9 to 12 months to get your score properly taken care of. A lot of people think that it's an overnight thing or within 15 days or 30 days. It just depends. It's not really anything that a person can say, oh, it's going to take me 15 days to get your score right or 30 days to get your score right. Usually, if a person is making that type of guarantee, it's probably not a credit repair company that you want to, do business with.
Scam.
Because making a guarantee with that ain't really nothing you can do with that.
Never guarantee credit repair, right?
Right,
Okay.
right. You can't guarantee a time frame.
Right.
So to say that it'll take, 35 days, that's kind of an error because they could send a stall letter back to you. They could send you something back, the bureaus rather. The bureaus could send you something back saying, oh yeah, your driver's license is not right or your identity need to be proven a little bit more. Well, that's buying the bureaus more time to find what you initially requested in the first place.
Right.
So to try to put some type of constraint time on it, you really can't.
We have a caller. All right, you want to answer that? Let's see who's
It's probably somebody that's talking about a football game, man, that I saw yesterday.
Hello?
Holistic Cannabis Show.
Hello?
Hello, you're on with the Holistic Cannabis Show.
Hi, I need to make a return. I need to return a used condom. It just didn't function properly.
What?
Where did you get it from?
Is it your mom's?
And I also left my underwear in the bathroom, so...
Is it your mom's?
Spider-Man, it's got like a big shit stain in it.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's terrible,
That's terrible, bro. Where are you calling from?
I'm also on crack.
Where are you calling from, caller?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's how you
didn't
deal with prank caller, right? So
he didn't want nothing.
So this person called on live, you know what I'm saying? But hey, at least y'all see, man, that when y'all do call the number, we really do answer the phone.
Right.
All right. That was wild, though.
That's crazy, JoJo.
No. Is it your mom's?
He found a used condom. And what did you say if it's your mom? What did he say? What did he say?
Was it your mom's used condom?
Oh, my gosh.
Playing on my phone.
All right. Well, that's okay. That's
all good.
There you go.
Funny.
That was hilarious.
Anyway, that's what we was talking about, man. It's wild up here, man.
Yeah.
But that's what we was talking about. We was talking about credit and stuff.
We talk about credit, not use condoms.
Yeah. Okay. So, this week or next week coming up soon is the Module 5 business.
We have a flyer of that. Module 5, business and capital funding
And
course.
in that module, we'll be talking about tax strategies, funding sources, business credit establishments, EINs. We'll be talking about the RICO law.
The RICO law.
Yeah, we'll get talking about
A lot of
that.
people don't know about the RICO law.
Oh man, the RICO law is cold-blooded.
All right, so we have the Gift of Life Community Home and all the perks and benefits that you get when you become a member. So you get myself, the Holistic Wellness Doctor with the Holistic Society Health and Wellness Clinic located inside the Gift of Life Community Home. You get the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science, the educational piece, and then of course you get to find out how to become a new homeowner and get all the credit and perks and benefits that you need in order to reestablish your credit. Right. Now we met some students who did not have credit, and we helped with those as well. Here we go. This is Mr. Henderson's course. What is it?
February the 5th, but we might have to change the date. Birthday.
Yes, so we'll probably do the Friday before, and or have a recording so that you guys can watch that on that day, on that Saturday. All right. So
right in time for tax time.
That's right. So if you are interested in becoming a sponsor of the show, we have lots of outlets to do that, and become a member of the Gift of Life Community Home. You can do so, and that way you can do that. Becoming a sponsor is giving us a call, and you can become a sponsor. All of our sponsors do come on the show, and they're able to talk about everything that they want to talk about, their business. We have a lot of sponsors that we want to shout out. Our CMOS, Ocean's Best CMOS, I Got Your Back Neuromuscular Massage. We're shouting you out. Thank you for being a member. Ocean's Best CMOS has some really, really good CMOS, y'all. I can just eat it out of I eat it out of the jar, and I love it. It has fresh fruit. So that is a really great CMOS. All right, and then so happy birthday. We got to shout out our January birthdays. Happy birthday to actress Stacey Dash. I grew up watching her on Clueless. That was my favorite movie.
She still can't come to no barbecues.
Okay, well, however, thank you, Mr. Henderson, for that. What about some other January birthdays?
My sister Pam had a birthday. My nephew Ty Montgomery had a birthday.
That's right.
My Uncle Preston birthday.
Okay.
There's quite a few people.
All right. Shouts out to Tamesia Martin, who just had a birthday. All right. That's my best friend from a long time ago, girl. Hey, lady. All right, happy belated birthday to you. And who else had a January birthday? If you have a January birthday, you want to call to the show.
Hey, man,
our producer.
Yeah.
Producer, happy birthday, JoJo. We appreciate all that you do for the show and all of the benefits that you, just the sound. Y'all heard that sound? He came up with that sound. I appreciate that for that. That was really a nice sound with the horns. Well, thank you for our show producer's birthday. And any other birthdays, anniversaries this month? No? All right.
My Packers lost yesterday.
Oh, yeah, Packers lost it.
That was crazy, man. That was crazy. My Packers lost by 3. How did we lose by 3?
How?
My offensive line dude missed a tackle. He missed a block, let a dude in. He batted down the field goal attempt.
Jeez.
They grabbed the ball and ran it in for a touchdown. So it ain't like the 49ers outplayed my guys. They did not.
Yeah.
So don't y'all get that twisted.
The time ran out. And I think it was rigged because they are going to host the Super Bowl in California.
Now all them cowboy trolls that's trolling my Facebook, that's all right. Y'all was on the couch first, getting it ready for me then.
Wow.
I appreciate you for getting that prepared and getting me all set up.
There you go.
I'll be good and comfortable on the couch because I ain't finna be the only one on the couch. Sure. So y'all can stop sending me Facebook messages about my pack. Shoot. Especially you, Timmy.
I recorded him last night, you guys. If I had an opportunity to show y'all that recording, he wouldn't let me show it.
But at least I ain't like the Cowboy fans snatching stuff off the wall, tearing up the furniture.
I ain't that bad. Close.
I ain't that bad. I was right back on Facebook the same day. I wasn't avoiding nobody. See what I'm saying? Y'all know where I'm at. You see me right now. Right.
Oh my God, it was hilarious. All right, strain of the week.
Gelato.
That's a pretty plant.
Yeah, that's real good. Gelato is across the sunset sherbet and thin mint GNC that tastes like a hash grape flavored ice cream cone without the calories. Born in 2014 from Cooking family members Mario Guzman, Mr. Sherbinsky, and Jay Chang, Jigga. Gelato usually produces dense purple accented flowers with orange hairs wrapped around a nug like a hug from your mama. I got some of that.
All right.
Yes. Now, in our cannabis survey, more than 1/4 of North Americans self-report having used cannabis for medical purposes. Now the medical purposes could mean anything: to go to sleep, to increase your appetite, to just, be able to relax, relate, and release. Over 27% of all respondents reported having consumer cannabis for medical purposes. I think I'm in that percentage over there somewhere, but nobody didn't ask me. Cannabinoid acids exhibit anti-COVID activity in preclinical models. Researchers did conclude these cannabinoids, isolated or in hemp extracts, have the potential to prevent as well as treat infection by SARS-CoV-2, as in the story that we just read to y'all earlier. So now, anybody got some land, I'm going to tell you, put you some hemp on that land.
There you go.
Put you some CBDs on that land. You're about to miss money if you ain't messing with that land.
That's right. All right, remember I told you what the acid form stood for. That means your raw flower. All right, so you can juice it. You can do a lot of things with it in the raw. Study alcohol, not cannabis, associated with violent behaviors in psychotic patients. So their findings indicate that lifetime cannabis use disorder is frequently among patients with psychotic disorders, but is not associated with violent and impulsive behaviors. So kill that stigma. We're not wanting to blame cannabis, to blame alcohol. Blame it on alcohol. That's the song that Jamie Foxx talked about. Right. All right, so Canada is growing percentage of cannabis consumers transitioning to the illicit marketplace. The percentage of consumers switching to the illicit market increased in 2020, and the majority of respondents now acknowledge obtaining cannabis flowers from licensed retailers. Go Canada. Analysis. There's liberation of European cannabis policies not linked to an increased marijuana use by young people. So there's no evidence that policy changes regarding recreational cannabis significantly affect the prevalence of recreational cannabis use among young people in Europe. So that study is going on in Europe about young people and cannabis, even though the population is growing in marijuana use, not in youngsters wanting to indulge. So we're just proud of that. People are making their own choices, stances, and not falling for any of the propaganda or listening to peers not understand and get educated. So we're seeing more young people getting educated, though, and making an informed decision on their health care. All right, so in the latest news, the fight continues for medical marijuana access in Mississippi. All right, state policy updates. All right, so you want to go and find that out on the normal website, and update the ballot initiative and referendum efforts. All right, so we need to find out about that. Now, there was also something going on. Okay, so what we do need to do, we have some action alerts. Repeal the prohibition. Tell your representative to support the Historic MORE Act. Tell President Biden to follow through on your commitment to expunge marijuana records. And the bipartisan, expand local government's abilities to expunge marijuana-related criminal records. All right, so take action on all of those things. I also was able to work with our students, Mr. Henderson and I, on the hydroponic system that we have set up for training. What do you want to say about that, Mr. Henderson?
Not very much. It was cool. It was nice little hands-on, little hydroponic demonstration going on right there.
Right. So we want to shout out again to Great Leaf Hydroponics for putting together that system for us. That was a former student of ours who actually went on to become successful in opening up his own business. So we do have a lot of people who become successful CBD shop owners, farmers, and so many other positions and jobs that are available in cannabis, such as your lab tester. I am about to teach lab testing next week, and that will go through all of the thin layer chromatography and how to test for cannabinoids and acids as well, so you can test and see how much THC, CBG, CBN, and so forth that's in your cannabis. So if you want something tested, bring it to me. I can test it and have it right back to you same day. And if you are a student and you want to enroll in that class to become a third-party lab tester, please give us a call, 404-631-6360. All right, Mr. Henderson, what about you?
Word.
All right. So we talked about the strain today. We talked about some more of the credit and restoration services. Is there anything you want to speak about in regards to the information with the credit repair?
No, that's it. We still doing it. You know, if anybody's interested, my consultations are free. Don't cost nothing to put a plan together. So reach out to us, www.nthcredit.net.
There you go.
888-959-2093.
That's right. And again, to become a sponsor of this show or to have your information flashing right here on the screen or on the picture there, you can text us, call us, 404-631-6360 and become a member. All right?
Word.
All right. Well, we have anything else we want to share? January being Martin Luther King holiday, we want to shout out to and the family of the King family and wishing Mr. King a happy birthday. We just celebrated this past week, so we just wanted to say and shout him out as well. Of course, that's the January birthday that we wanted to share.
Louis Anderson died.
Louis Anderson.
A famous actor.
Okay.
Yep. There's talk of putting Idris Elba as Bond in the next Bond movie.
Oh.
How about that?
Okay. Idris Elba is a good actor. All right.
I think we should have a contest.
I think we should too.
I think we should have a contest. If anybody can write the lyrics to our theme song.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The theme song, the show that's when it starts, the song that comes on.
Write me some lyrics.
Yeah, we need some lyrics.
I give you something for it.
And
a prize.
well, do you want it to be cannabis related? What's the topic?
I don't know.
The whole Instant Cannabis Show.
Out the prize. But I want to see how many people can
come up with that. Yeah.
To our theme music.
There you go. To the show's music. All right. Well, y'all heard it here. And so shouts out again to everyone who joined us. And we want to thank you all for this show. And until next week, we will see you later. Same time.